So yeah, tonight's going to be a fun night. We're going to do a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to be answering the question that most people ask, why no gloves? Why don't you wear gloves? Main reason is you don't have to. You shouldn't. Some people choose to, and it depends on your project. If you're going super, super big, gloves are helpful, only to keep the heat off. But for small stuff like this, not needed. Not at all needed. So yeah, don't need gloves. Any other safety questions I'm happy to answer in tonight's stream. We're going to bring out the filter for this too. Actually, I can't. I don't know if I'll be able to do this. So I'm going to pull it in close up. So this rod is essentially the glass rods I use, but it is in a short version. Holding it like this, I have no heat to it whatsoever. So if it's hot at the tip here, it's not hot in my hand. You can get within a couple inches of this. Right now I'm about 3.5, 4 inches away from the flame itself. Not hot at all. But if I face it this way, I'm going to point it right at you. It's going to get bright. If you're sensitive to light, don't look. And we're going to heat it up. You're going to see that thing get super, super bright, and that will burn you. So that bright light right there will burn you. But holding it this way, it's not hot at all. So it acts very much like a fiber optic. I don't know if I can do this. This is going to be a big stretch here. But you can see it gets super bright. That's too hard to hold. That is dangerous. That's getting me too close to everything. But yeah, so that doesn't heat up. Okay, so now we got this Willy Wonka looking everlasting gobstopper look. All right, looks like a gobstopper, right? Like a piece of candy. Okay, I'm gonna bring the light source over and show you what it looks like before we get too far into it. You can kind of see those tie-dye colors starting to evolve in there, but that's not exactly what's going to happen to it in the end, okay? But you can kind of see how we changed all that up. So it went from this color to that. You can see at the tip right there, it changed right there. So that is how it changes. It morphs into that coloring. All right, let's get this. We're going to heat it up, and we're going to get it kind of drooping down into a cone shape, and we're going to flip it into a spiral, but not a tight one. I want it to be kind of looking like a pinwheel, semi-flower look. It could be either or. You can call it whatever you want. But we got to melt all this in. In order to do that, we're going to bring it in, and we're just going to heat it up. Now you can see through the filter exactly how that looks compared to that. So this is my filtering system. This is what my glasses are made of right there. My lenses. And that's how I can see into the fire and see what I'm doing. Totally trippy, right? Versus that. I would love to leave a filter on a camera permanently, but then you'll miss out on 90% of the colors. They wouldn't show up for you. All you'd see is blue, purple, and a little bit of bright yellowish color, kind of. All right, almost there. So I'm going to bring it over to the side view. Let me switch hands. I'll bring it over to side view in just a second, and I'll show you what we got. You can see it's drooping down right there. So we're kind of pulling it down into a point. And you can see those dots are kind of elongating right now. See it? They're no longer round. They're kind of getting longer. This is a new item that I've not really done before. Okay, so now you can see we got the lime green on top of that shimmer. Let's see if we can see the color. I don't know if you guys will get a peek at it. Oh yeah, look at that. Can you see how it's peeking through the lime green right there? I bet you the top, there we go. Creates almost like a sun effect. Yeah, that's going to look wicked cool. All right, let's get this melted in. So this is 32 years for me, and it's going to be amazing. So again, we'll use the filter. So this is the protection that I use on my eyes. This is called didymium. The specific color is didymium lens. And as you can see here, it filters out all that bright. You can see the flame going above it versus that. Can you see that difference? And that's how I can see everything. Now notice the flame is colored blue through the filter and white above. That blue color is the actual color of the flame. I don't know why, but the camera can't pick it up. The camera has a very difficult time picking up the actual color of the flame. It does not like it. Okay, so let's get this dripping down into a cone shape, and then we'll go ahead and spin it up, just like we did the other one. So we got to melt it in. I'll bring it out here and let you guys peek at that for a while in that process. So right now I'm kind of glass blowing through the monitor. I'm watching my monitor and glass blowing through that. It's a little backwards, but that's okay. And we got it dripping down just perfect. So now you can see we got it kind of filtering downward like that. No longer, well, it's not quite as elongated as the other one, but I think we'll get it in twisted. Got a really nice patterning going right there, back and forth all the way around. Let's shine the light on one more time. Again, a lot of steps back and forth. I'm not looking for speed right now. So there's the bottom tie-dye. There's the lime green with the shimmer. You can definitely see that bright. I learned to make it super smooth. Now watch the lights reflecting off of the ceiling and the side. Notice they are pretty smooth. There's a little wobble right there. But notice it's fairly smooth versus that. You'll notice that the light right there, see it jump? So it goes from a skinny little light to a dot. That tells me that we're completely off in gaps right there, meaning it has a high spot and low spot. But before we do that, let's take a look at our color. Ooh! Is that not a sexy color or what? This is what I was shooting for, that look. Now let's get the bottom section done. That's the look I was going for. All right, so we're going to put a little punty on the other side and get the initial side that we started with round. Tap it off. Tiny little attachment here. Baby attachment. Then we're going to burn this off. I feel like I should make a little mini dragon that goes on top of this, but it'd be too small. It'd be a super miniature. All right, we got to pull that little bit of clear off here. We want just the color left. Like that. So next step is we got to get that all rounded up, nice and even, to go matching the other side there. I don't know, man. What do you guys think? I like these colors. Look at that tie-dye in that section. See the purple coming out? We got the purple coming out right now. All right, this is a perfect example right here. So watch the lights coming off of the center. I don't know if it's going to show. Watch that light. See the one right in the middle of the marble? Watch it as I rotate it around. See how it's moving up and down, going from small to large, and it's moving? That means I got peaks and valleys in there. Versus this section, if you watch the light, it's pretty smooth right there. Needs a little texturing. All right, let's go over here and get it all worked out. And there, you can see it spinning super smooth right there. I have no issues. Like a ball bearing. Perfectly smooth. Not taking much force at all to move that. All right, let's go ahead and spin this and get it polished out. So every time you go into that mold, you do have to polish it. It can leave a little texture to it. Unless you want to be super crazy with it and fill it with water. And then you have a little water barrier, vapor barrier there. And the vapor barrier will actually keep it elevated a tiny bit. And there's that really cool amber purple color we got going, double amber purple. And then we got the lime green running through. We got the blend right in the middle perfectly right there. I'm going to let you guys watch this evolve. Let's give it a few seconds. I promise I'm not just being lazy here. Watch it evolve. And it's just going to get a little brighter and a little brighter and a little brighter for colors. Like watch that one streak right there. You're going to see it kind of move just a tiny bit. And it just keeps peeking out more and more. All right, let's go ahead and grab the bigger marble holder here. So how do you remove it from the actual stick here? This is where we're going to go into the little bit of the fun part. We're going to grab the marble tool here, which is by Dragonfly Creation. It moves around very easily in there. And then you tap it like that. And then it pulls it right off, and wherever that rod was, you just move it out with the flame. And right there, if you did it correctly, it doesn't take much effort. And now you can see we got those colors bouncing through. There. I do like it. And then there's the lime green side with that color. And we met them right in the middle.